peace, love, respect, and loyalty to the upliftment of the human species. This temple, the body, is made in the image of creation. The master of this temple is creation. Yoga is the art of learning to let go and let creation take hold of the consciousness that resides in the temple. It first starts by learning to follow the breath. And follow with your consciousness where the breath goes. What does it make the body do? Now, our emotional state of mind affects how we breathe, or our perception, because that's what affects our emotional state of mind. Our perception of what it is that we're going through. It affects our emotional state of conscious awareness, which then in turn is reflected in the body via tension in different aspects of the abdomen that change how the breath enters and exits the body. The lower abdomen will tighten up in fight or flight because it is prepared to defend or run for its life. The human body is a tree. If you ever seen a seed for any plant, did you see a seed? Not all seeds are shaped like this, but you get the idea. When that seed germinates, it first splits at the bottom. What they call the tap root comes out, tap roots, and pushes up through the ground. Sometimes you'll still see the seed on top of the leaves before they spread through, and it breaks it open and opens up. The human body develops from the spine, the very bottom of the spine, the coccyx. Spine develops, brain develops, and then the body starts to develop around the spinal column. Well, that's where we get that first tadpole shape. So when you're breathing, your air, you should be breathing, your air should be filling your lungs, even though your lungs end about here, right at the bottom of the rib cage. Front part of your rib cage, you catch the end of your lungs. You want to imagine them being filled from the bottom up, just like when you fill a pitcher of water. It does nothing, fills it from the top down, it fills from the bottom up. Because there are 3 diaphragm packages in the one big diaphragm that holds all your internal organs. Breathing and being relaxed should actually tilt the hips backwards. Yeah, it should tilt the hips backwards as the diaphragms, the internal diaphragms rotate and push up. We're getting to our core, we're actually tapping root. The core, this is not the core. This is the trunk. The core is the hip flexor muscles. And more the coccyx bone. That's the core of the stem of the seed and plant that we are. The hip flexor muscles, only set of muscles that move in all directions. And for us to be more flexible, learn how to follow our breath and see our natural flexibility that we have as babies. It comes through the breath, not because when we relax to the breath, we're more connecting with the master of the house. So in breathing, the breath should feel like it's falling all the way through to the coccyx bone. so that we can tap root. Tap root is beneath the surface. The tap root also could be considered control the hip flexor muscles, which I would consider where you have the top of your hamstrings and the bottom of your gluteus maximus. Right there, that line, that's the bar. We're all here to hold on. It's to maintaining the bars, maintaining balance. Maintaining balance in posture, in imagery, maintain psychologically, maintaining balance emotionally, and we maintain balance physically. They were all reflections of one another. Being aware of how we're breathing, how our breathing changes, and how our mind states, emotional states, states of awareness change with that change in breathing, is becoming more self-aware. And then in the process, being able to become more aware of how you're breathing, when your breathing changes, and realize that you can change your breathing back. And it will also change your state of awareness. Or if you're having trouble with your breathing, you can attain a posture that'll help stabilize your mind, that'll help stabilize your breath. They're all connected. So now that we are breathing, and that relaxation should feel like a caving in into the coccyx bone. The hips should spread, stomach protrude, spine nice and tall. See, this is the plumb line. If you look at the spine, if you're unfamiliar with construction, there is say you have a stick, goes across, tie a string onto it that hangs down. At the bottom of the string, you put a weight. This is the coccyx bone. Now the coccyx bone is the taproot. Taproot's beneath the ground. The waist is ground level. So now the legs, these are the roots. Trunk, limbs, fruit. The fruit is fed from the nutrients the roots extract from beneath the ground. And the limbs and the fruit is able to process light energy. Light energy is carried in the air. We're learning to relax and breathe. It's learning to let go and let creation take hold. This body, this form, this temple, like all temples in natural phenomena in this world, has instincts. It has a consciousness of its own. The master of its consciousness, but it has a master also, the creator of the temple. So by developing a relationship with the temple, we develop a relationship with the master, or the creator of the temple. And we learn how to breathe. And we learn that breath connects us to the temple, the most vital source. The three sources we need air first. We can live the shortest amount of time without it. Then water, then food. So we first must learn to breathe. And this is actually a form of meditation, just breathing. That's So we'll start. Sit, get comfortable. Some things I like to do because hardwood floors pretty hard. I'm sitting on a pad. Sit on a pad, you can get you a pillow. You can even get pillows that's like a bigger pillow, smaller pillows to put up under your knees, your legs will get comfortable. Cross leg, crisscross applesauce like they say, or lighter versions of lotus pose, where you have 1 foot up, like I did through this, 1 foot down just in front of the other. You switch feet, try to get the same amount of time. That's just where I'm gonna start. Thanks for tuning in to the Holistic Organic Yoga channel. Peace, love, respect, and loyalty to the upliftment of the human species.